Here is this colorful coat, Father.
You are my favorite son because of this beautiful coat. I know this makes your brothers hate you.
My brothers, hear this dream of mine. We were binding sheaves in the field. My sheaf arose and stood upright. And behold, your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf.
Are you to reign over us? Are you to rule over us? We now hate you even more.
I have dreamed another dream. The sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me.
What is this dream? Shall I and your mother and your brothers indeed come, bow ourselves to the ground before you? Go now, see if all is well with your brothers, and bring me word.
Let us sell Joseph to the Ishmaelites, and they will take him to Egypt.
Yes, and we will soak his beautiful coat in blood and tell our father he was killed in an animal attack.
Perfect.
No, what are you doing? Stop! Go! Get in!
I am glad I bought you, Joseph. I can see the Lord is with you and brings success to all you do. So I will make you overseer of my house.
Thank you, Potiphar, officer of the Pharaoh.
Lie with me, Joseph.
How can I do this great sin and wickedness to God and your husband, my master?
No! No! My husband, that Hebrew servant you brought, came in to lie with me, and when he heard me lift my voice and cry out, he ran.
I will send him to prison. Who are you two men? And why are your face downcast today?
I am the chief cupbearer of the Pharaoh, and he is the chief baker.
We have had dreams, and there is no one to interpret them in this prison.
Do not interpretations belong to God? Please tell them to me.
In my dream, there was a vine with 3 branches. As soon as it budded, its blossoms shot forth and ripened into grapes. I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup and placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand.
In 3 days, Pharaoh will restore you to office, and you will place the cup in his hand. Remember me and mention me, so I may leave this prison.
In my dream, there were 3 cake baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket was all sorts of baked goods, but the birds were eating out of the basket on my head.
In 3 days, Pharaoh will hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat flesh from you.
I need somebody to interpret my dreams.
I know somebody by the name of Joseph.
I have heard it said that when you hear a dream, you can interpret it.
It is not me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer.
In my dream, I was standing on the banks of the Nile. 7 cows came up out of the Nile and fed in the grass. 7 other cows came up after them, very ugly and thin. And they ate the first healthy cows, but they remained ugly. I also saw 7 ears growing on one stalk, full and good. 7 ears, withered and thin, grew up after them. The thin ears swallowed the 7 good ears.
God has revealed to Pharaoh what he is about to do. There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout Egypt, but after them will arise 7 years of famine in all the land of Egypt. The doubling of Pharaoh's dream means that this is fixed by God, and God will shortly bring it about. Let Pharaoh pick one man to harvest 1/5 of the produce of the land during the plentiful 7 years. The food shall be a reserve for the 7 years of famine.
Since God has shown you all this, you will be ruler of the land. Only as regards the throne will I be greater than you. Without your consent, no one shall lift up hand or foot in all the land of Egypt.
Wow, thank you.
We have come to buy bread.
No, it is the nakedness of the land you come to see. You are spies.
No, we are your servants. We are 12 brothers. The youngest, Benjamin, is with our father, and one, Joseph, is no more.
You are spies. You shall be tested. You shall not leave here unless your youngest brother, Benjamin, comes here. You go and leave one of your brothers to keep you honest. We are guilty concerning our brother Joseph, in that we saw the distress in his soul when he begged and we did not listen. This is why this distress has come upon us. Let us leave to get Benjamin, but we must leave Simon. The Lord of the land took us to be spies. The only way to be honest men in his eyes is to bring Benjamin to him.
If you must go, bring twice the money and the best fruit of the land. Take also your brother. May God Almighty grant you mercy before the man, and may he send back your other brother and Benjamin.
Thank you, Father. I see you have brought your youngest brother. Come to my house and dine for the night.
Thank you.
Fill the man's sack with as much food as they can carry, and put each man's money in the mouth of the sack, and put my silver cup in the sack of the youngest, Benjamin.
Yes, Lord of the land.
Follow them and catch them with a cup, and then bring them back here.
Yes, Lord of the land. Please let me, your servant, remain instead of Benjamin, whose sack you found the silver cup in. For how can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? I fear to see the evil that would find my father.
I am Joseph. Come near me, please. I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. God sent me to preserve your life. For the famine has been in the land these 2 years, and there are yet 5 years to come. So it was not you who sent me here, it was God. You shall dwell in the land of Goshen, you and your children, and your children's children, and your flocks, your herds, and all that you have.
Thank you.
Pharaoh has allowed me to give you the best of the land of Egypt, and take wagons for your little ones, and bring our father. Have no concerns for your goods, for the best of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Yay!
We have given you our livestock in return for food. There is nothing left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our land. Buy us and our land for food, and we and our land will become servant to Pharaoh.
So it shall be. Now here is seed for you, and you shall sow the land. At the harvest you shall give 1/5 to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own.
You have saved our lives!